Hey, Mr. Stargazer, give me a straight razor. Don't let it all phase her.
Hello and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you some shooting floor designs as requested by one of my commenters on one of my recent videos. So I'm hoping that this video is exactly what you wanted, and for all those who want a different type of video, be sure to comment on what you guys want to see. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you all the different shooting floors that I like to use, as well as some peek downs that you can actually put inside of your honeycomb so that you can shoot down raiders if you do get online raided. So to start off, we have obviously the most simple and most used design is just a simple window where you put in a vertical embrasure on. You don't have to have the vertical embrasure. I just like it like this so that you can peek down different levels. So if they're further away or if they're closer, you can look up and down. The problem with the horizontal one is you need a little box to actually sit up on top of it, and also it's really difficult to shoot down the heli if it's at a high altitude or a low one. So I prefer vertical embrasures. Next up is something that I believe is extremely underrated. So just having a door in your shooting floor is really handy because it gives you a really wide range. So when you're taking down the heli, you'll be able to see it from any direction, as well as getting the people down on the bottom of the floor. If they're door camping you, you can actually peek over with the door like this, and you can shoot down people on the first floor door camping you. It's really great. The only disadvantage is obviously it only takes 63 explosive ammo to get into your shooting floor now, as well as heli rockets will destroy it. So just be mindful of that. Next up is my all-time favorite use of a shooting floor. So this is actually the low wall, half wall combo, and I prefer this to the regular vertical embrasure because it gives you a really wide range. So when spraying down heli, it's so much easier to use, and it's really simple to make. All you need to do is put a half wall, then a half wall, and then you demolish the lower one and put down a low wall as I've done there. It's extremely simple to make, only requires stone as the upkeep, and it gives you really good view range when shooting down door campers or the heli. Obviously, the only disadvantage to this is that it does lower stability because you don't have two half walls. You've actually got a low wall which isn't connected. So just be in mind that once you get to your higher floors, you won't be able to put down the peek downs on top of this. So really, you want to only be using this on your very higher roofs. Next up is a simple metal shot front. I always use these in my roof designs because it gives you view range, so you can look out to see who's sniping at you or who's door camping whilst not being shot. So you can just be up here looking and scouting, giving out intel, giving out calls to your teammates, and if you're medding or you're bandaging, you don't need to actually peek. You can just look through the shot front. So I think it's really effective. Next up is the sneaky use of the door. So if you actually put the door half a foundation lower, you can open up the door and peek down to your door campers, and they can't actually get through that door frame. So even if they destroy that door, they won't actually get into your shooting floor. So you don't even need the door there. It's just handy if you want to close it up if they're shooting at you. And then here is an altered version where rather than having it half a foundation lower, you actually put a staircase here. So you can get the same effect where it's actually appears to be half a foundation lower and you can shoot at the door campers. But the advantage to this is actually you can go underneath it, and then you can get that wide range that we had from the other door whilst being able to look down to the door campers. If we move over to the left side, we have a double door, and if you open it up, it actually has a large sign. So this is really effective because it prevents you from getting headshot. Your body will still be there, so they'll be able to shoot at your leg. But if you crouch down, you'll get a really wide field of view, and then you can shoot at anyone in the area and then just close up the double door if you need to. The reason I really like this design is because you can change how high you want the sign. So if you want a wider field of view, you can have the sign higher, or if you really don't want to get headshot, you can put it lower. And I think that's really effective. Next up is the most simple use of a slanted roof. So if you put it facing outwards on your base, you can actually get a nice peek down from the side, or you can go to the top to get a higher vantage point. It's really simple to make. All you need to do is put a floor, and then you can obviously put the slanted roof down, and it's really effective and simple for just a standard peek down. Next up is an extremely effective use of the triangle floors to create a peek down. So for most standard bases that have a square at the end, if you put two foundations leading off of both of them, you can link them up over here with a door frame, attach a door so that raiders can't get in just by jumping in, and you get a really nice triangle peek down right here. And this is extremely effective because you can just jump down if you open up and close the door, or you can leave it open and then just get a really nice peek down where your body actually doesn't fall through if you're peeking with the AK. Although keep in mind that if you do die, there's a good chance that your gun will fall, and there is a slight chance that your body can drop through there. So just be careful when peeking down there. But as you can see here, raiders can't actually get in if they jump through the top. The only way they can get in is by breaking the door or by breaking the stone walls around it. So make sure to upgrade them to sheet metal if you're scared that raiders are going to spear raid into there. Next up, we have some more interesting peak downs. So these are some that you can actually put inside of your base. So as you can see here, there's a 2x1 of stone, and if you put 3 triangles like I've done here, you get a really nice peak down here for in case you've got a raid defense. So let's say that they're pushing down through here, you've got a doorway here, they've got to push through here. You can actually shoot at them from upstairs and force them through a one-way corridor, and you can even rocket them through there. And also it's really handy because, as you can see before, I've just jumped down. If you do kill the raider and you want to go loot and secure the rockets, you can just jump down that little gap here. So this one is a little bit larger, so if you have a 3x1, you can do a similar design with the 3 triangles, but then as you notice here on the sides, I've actually added in an additional 2 triangles, and they somewhat glitch through each other and they roof stack. This is extremely handy because there's so many different angles that the raiders need to be watching out for, as well as drop downs right there, so if they do push through, you can hold down there with a double barrel, and they have to push you through a really awkward angle. You can flip it around. See over here, I've done the exact same thing, but I've flipped it around. You still get the roof stacking idea, and you get all these amazing peak downs to stop raiders from coming through your corridors. Don't worry, solo players, I didn't forget about you. If you can't afford the large peak downs that I've done previously, you can just have a standard 1x1, and as the door entrance comes in, you can have a triangle with an auto turret on top. I highly recommend that you make sure that this is sheet metal so they can't pick it out, and then you can have shotgun traps on the top. So when raiders are trying to come up, they've obviously got to go up a ladder, or you can chuck down a furnace so that they can jump up. It's going to be extremely difficult for the raiders to get in and out of your base because they are going to have to shoot out the shotgun traps, and then draining that auto turret is going to be extremely difficult, especially if they don't have instant rockets to just destroy it. So make sure that that's a sheet metal triangle, so getting that auto turret is going to be extremely difficult. Alright, that concludes all of my shooting floor designs for now. If you want to see a similar video, let me know, or if you want to see a completely different video, let me know in the comments, similar to the guy before. They're all very easy to build, and I've kind of showed you with the low wall one, but in case you are stuck, of course I'm going to do my building montage at the end. So thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy.
And I'm not giving up, but tell me if I run away, how long will I bleed? Tell me if I run away, how long will I bleed? Colors blend, raw black and white. God damn it, I cannot bend. I'm all shivered inside. But your sweet sinless sensations, not my style. And I'm not giving up, so tell me if I run away, how long will I bleed? Tell me if I run away, how long will I bleed? Ain't no point in trying to pick me up when I'm down. Yeah, you can stick out your hand and you can lean towards the ground. I'll be trying to suck all of the liquid out the dirt, trying to catch a curve, digging my own grave.